Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear minded of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, now welcome back to the Reframing Mindset podcast. My name is Constant Brooks. I know this episode now is another thing I learned in this in going through this 9 to 5 experience that kind of, I guess, I would maybe kind of try changing my, because if you listen to the episode prior, being an employee gives you some great business practice and experience. I think about it that when I was starting training and stuff like that, the person will be like, they are not hiding, like, yo, you're in the business to make money. You're in the business because you have your goals as well that you want to achieve as well. So it's like, yo, the man said, like, yo, you have to put in the best foot forward and try to do well in the work, and so that you can improve yourself and reach reach far as well. But like, yo, you have to see. So I took that. Well, I went in there with that mindset, but then I took the advice, and something that I see in the business as well was like, yo, that I guess it's not really that specific business, but it's something I was aware of as a business thing as a whole. It's because the fast paced culture in that, yo, they're rushing. Well, yeah, well, the strict business rule, I guess I have, because like, yo, they have some real strict rules. Like, yo, the lunch time is like 40 minutes on the dot, and you have two breaks, which is 10 minutes. And it's like, yo, you and you have to clock in and clock out, and you have to clock in. You have to clock in your break. You have to clock out the breaks and clock in your break. Clock out to lunch, and it's like, so that it's that strict. They're basically tracking you. Tracking you is like, because they don't want to overpay or underpay you. They just want to make sure and they don't want to pay for things that you're not doing. So it's like they track everything. And it's like, I understand that now, and it's like something. I guess something I would have changed because I understand why it's being done. But over time, I guess if I was to implement my business, I would try to get more flexibility, and not flexibility in the sense that, yo, it's more free, but flexibility in the sense that, I think you know what you're there for. You go there and execute, and then more go there and execute, and just, but you have the leeway to actually, you're not feeling like you're basically have to be timed. Basically, that's, I guess that's one of the things I would try to maybe change in my, if I was to implement a business and such like that, make it feel more free, feel, feel more free. Because like when they're there, basically you're on the clock from the start to the finish. That's how you feel. You feel like, okay, I'm not there just because how it starts is like you're going to work, and at the time starts to work, you just on the clock, and you just basically just stay talking to people, talking to people until this break time, until they're ready to say, okay, I'm ready to take my break. Take a break for 10 minutes and come back, talking to people, talking to people, talking to people. Then you'll take a lunch break, take a lunch for 40 minutes, eat it, and then come back. And that is the same thing. And then, so it's like strict like that. It's strict like that. You're coming into work 9 to 5, and you're there working 9 to 5. There's no hitch. There's no heat leeway. The only leeway you get is like if there's a low call percentage or something like that. You have time to just chill. But yo, you're there to work, and it's like, yo, you're there to work. So that, I guess I guess I that's one of the things I would try to kind of change if I were to do my business. Kind of change that up, get it more less stricter, more freer. I think about that the more freedom I give, the more people kind of break the rules and not really do it. So I would have to try to find a perfect balance. try a better balance that as well. And the next thing that I experienced was the rushing of the thing, bro. And what happened was like, yo, we were basically like through the training until where I'm at now because this episode will be recorded at the end of my night week. True. It's like, yo, even in the training, they basically was rushing through the learning process because, like, yo, it's like they just wanted to just push through and just see if you're coming. And we started off slow. We started off slow and we were taking our times. We were taking our time to do our stuff. And then eventually they just start like skipping stuff and like rushing stuff. And like first we go away and then leave us to ourselves to basically learn ourselves. It's like, bro. And then when we're on the training we're on the training floor now, it's like every time it's like, yo, they come like say like we're supposed to know all these things already. You know, we're supposed to kind of be doing it. But it's like every day they expect us to become pro overnight. That's all they were us. Like, yo, they were just basically expecting us to become pro overnight. And it's like they did become pro overnight because they told us they did become pro overnight. But they expect us to become pros overnight. And it's like, yo, so it's like rushing. And when while it was rushing, it kind of more, as I said, I'm gonna some of the people that I came in with, they kind of left because of the fast-paced culture, how they expect you. And the thing about it is that you're talking to the real people. The real people don't care. Like, yo, they're heartless. They just want their problems fixed, and they're heartless. They're cold. They come- so it's like, yeah, so it's like, yo, if you can't really take the heat, you have to really, it will get to you. It will get to you because you're talking to the customer, and then the leads, the supervisor are getting on you as well. So it's like, yeah, the pressure, it'll make you want to leave. And it's like they're rushing the process. They're expecting you to become this proficient person because they want to put you out in the real work as quickly as possible. So it's like they're rushing and saying like, yo, you're not supposed to, you don't know this by now and stuff like that. And it's like, so that's another thing that I would kind of change as well, in the sense that, if my science stuff, in my science stuff, what that I would do, you can't, you can't rush the process because as I said, science is really, the everything is methodical. You have to really do everything methodically. You can't rush the process. So that's one of the next thing. If it takes a while, so that's one next thing about the science stuff. You have to be kind of rich enough. Because the thing about it is that um during this training and probation stuff that we were doing, we are getting paid. So I understand why they're rushing it because basically they are paying us. They are paying us. So if we're not basically progressing at the rate that they want, they basically just wasting money. So I understand that now. So I guess in my sense, we have to, the science of have to be kind of rich because what happens is that can't be the science of it kind of different. It's not different, but it's different. It's not different in the sense that the person that we're doing it basically as a small service, entertainment service that we're fixing problem for and stuff like that. So, but the thing about it is that we're dealing with the real people that and they come in with real problems, and most of them and stuff like that. So we have to fix it efficiently and stuff like that. So that what happens is that they get to experience the service and love it more and more, like to recommend it to people. We save them money and give them the best experience as well, while we make the company money and we make our own money. But in the science stuff, the science of the dangerous chemicals, for example, if you are doing a pandemic, your staff have to be able to be proficient enough to know, okay, oh, it's a pandemic play plan. Is a pandemic um plays now. This, the procedure, all this stuff. So they have to be proficient in all these things. And when I mean proficient in the sense that you don't slick, you just know what to do. It's like, okay, it's time for this now. So this is the procedure you go now. It's like I can't rush that. I can't rush that. It would take a time. And the thing was that they want the average Joe to can do it as well. So if you can just, I guess what I would do is kind of find a way to, um, because the way that they trained us, it was really effective. It was effective, but it was rushed. But so I would take aspects of how they trained us and implement it that way as well. But only difference is I would have rushed mine. I would have rushed it. I would try to make sure that every step that we're training, they are proficient in it. They are proficient in it. Or if the sense that we can't afford to really keep them to actually make them be proficient in it. Maybe we give them time and then to come back. I don't know, something else. Like we might have to lay them off, but give them a wait so they can make a comeback, you know. So I guess that is the difference. That's the difference that I would try and implement, you know. But as I said, all these things are coming out of my imagination. I'm experiencing it, the real business world, what it will like, and how I would implement it in a science way. You know, the business of science, or the science of business. And so, yeah, and I said, there's nothing like being in the field. Like when you're in the field, you learn. Like legit, these are stuff you can't teach you in school or whatnot, but it's nothing to just being there and seeing it for yourself and learn and your experience yourself, so that you know what you like and don't like. And I think what reason why you're doing that is because you think that you like and don't like, you implement it in your business, and then what happens come now, your employee, your friends employee to really experience it, and then what happens that based on their experience you can make it better, and then not only that, the employee experience it and maybe they make their own business and implement it on something better than me, and then they make a better product, and the vision becomes better, vision become better, and stuff like that. You know, so they implement a best practice that I pick up and be like, oh yo, that employee really was onto something. So better I just implement that in my business as well. Yeah. So like I said, everything is a learning process. You have to really experience it to kind of, the best thing to do is kind of experience it so that you know to actually apply it. You know, it's one thing to actually learn it theory and stuff like that, but to be in the field and actually learn it yourself, they know what to do. They know what to do, and we're like, but not really know what to do. You know how to actually start. That's the difference. You know how to start, then you can start to implement it. So that's basically for this episode. You know, look for the next episode. Okay, thank you for listening.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page Reframing Mindset Podcast or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
About the 11th week. Yeah, because yeah, we made it to the night shift. The 11th week or the first night of the night shift. Yeah. So I'm recording this at the start of the 12th week, bro. And I'm telling you, like the first day seemed like it was never ending. It felt like the first day of work. Kinda. Because like, yo, it felt never ending. It felt like I'm out of my comfort zone again. Work. It's like when it reached the time that I would go home, we're just beginning. And the thing about it is that it's not even lunchtime at that time either. It was like, yo, I have to be on call. I have to be waited on the call, bro. Yo, that's too wild, too wild. And the second day, because at the